मन्नाथ श्री जगन्नाथो मद्गुरु श्री जगद्गुरु मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहा दावाग्निर्वापणम् श्रेय कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणम् विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदम् पूर्णामृतास्वादनम् सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनम्। हृदं भोजे कृष्णः सजलजलदश्यामलतनुः सरोजाक्षः स्रग्विमुकुटकटकाद्याभरणवान् शरद्राकानाथप्रतिमवदनः श्रीमुरलिकान् वहन्ध्येयो गोपीगणपरिवृतः कुङ्कुमचितः यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तग्वंह देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। Dear devotees, please join me in doing a few minutes of Nam Sankirtan, after which time I'll continue explaining on the philosophy of Guru. भजो गिरिधर गोविन्द गोपाला
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 भजो गिरिधर
Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki.
Jai.
During this lecture series, I'm explaining about Guru. Yesterday, I began by addressing the question, do we need a Guru? Or who needs a Guru? And by quoting from Ved, Gita, Bhagavatam, Ramayana, etc., I explained to you that all of the scriptures tell us anyone who wants to attain God needs a Guru. Because God is beyond our intellect and beyond our reach. So there is no question of an ordinary human being knowing God or attaining God on their own. It's beyond impossible. So we need the help of a Guru. The Guru makes it possible. I also explained through one logical point that we never learned anything, whether it be a theory or a skill. We never learned anything in this world without a teacher. Then why would we think it would be possible to accomplish the impossible, attaining divine God with our material mind without the help of a qualified teacher? And that's as far as I went yesterday. This leaves us with many questions. The next obvious question is, who is qualified to be a Guru? Or what is a Guru? We say we need a Guru in order to reach God, and only with the help of a Guru can we reach God. But what exactly is a Guru, or who is qualified to be a Guru? So if we look back to those same verses I quoted for you yesterday, we'll find the answer. Tad vijnanartham sa gurumeva bhigachet samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtham. This mantra from Mundaka Upanishad tells us that the true Guru is Shrotriya Brahmanisht. Shrotriya means has the required knowledge to teach us what we need to know. And in this case, the required knowledge is a total and complete knowledge of all our scriptures. That in itself is a very high qualification. I myself am not a scholar. Whatever I've learned through the direct teaching of Shri Kripaluji Maharaj. But there are great scholars in the world, great Sanskrit scholars, who are expert in Sanskrit, and they spend their entire life studying our Sanskrit scriptures. But do you know to what extent they become expert in our scriptures? When Jagadguru Shri Kripaluji Maharaj was invited to Kashi by the Kashi Vidvat Parishad, this was January of 1957. So at that time, this Kashi Vidvat Parishad was a body of scholars. You can say the foremost body of Sanskrit scholars in all of India. And it was comprised of more than 500 of the topmost Sanskrit scholars. So they invited Shri Maharajji to give a series of lectures to them. Those scholars were very impressed because Shri Maharajji was quoting from many different scriptures and bhashyas of those scriptures by great saints. And these scholars themselves, well, they were used to having their own little groups. So, for instance, you have one of our main scriptures is the Darshan Shastra, which has 6 different volumes. So out of those 6 volumes, the most important is called Brahma Sutra. The Brahma Sutra had an explanation or a bhashya, because Brahma Sutra is small, it's written by Veda Vyasji, and it's in codified sentences. It's also explaining what's in Ved. So this Brahma Sutra was explained by all the previous Jagat Gurus. Like Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, he wrote a big long explanation on Brahma Sutra. Ramanujacharya wrote a big long explanation on Brahma Sutra. Madhvacharya wrote a big long explanation. All the Jagat Gurus wrote these thick explanations of this small little Brahma Sutra. So, just as an example, a great scholar will study one or two of those bhashyas of the Brahma Sutra. In their whole life, that's what they become expert in. Think about that. We've got 100,000 mantras of the Vedas. That includes 1,180 Upanishads. Then we've got 18 Puran. If you add it all up, it's 400,000 shloks. We've got the Mahabharata, another 100,000 shloks. That includes the Gita. Then you have more than 200 Smriti Granthas. They're law books explaining the do's and don'ts of being a good person in the world. Then you've got the 6 Darshan Shastras, Nyaya, Vaisheshik, Purva Mimamsa, Sankhya, Yoga Darshan, and of course the Brahma Sutra. And then you've got all the explanations by all the great saints of all of these scriptures. How many lifetimes would it take to become an expert in all of these scriptures? So these aged scholars in their 60s and 70s who were expert, the topmost in their field. What was their field? One or two bhashyas of Brahma Sutra, or this one was expert in Purva Mimamsa, or this one was expert in Gita, or this one was expert in these few bhashyas of these few Upanishads. So it's very specific, very focused, their study for their whole life. So who could become an expert in all of our scriptures? It's not possible. You need to put 500 scholars together to get the whole expertise of all the scriptures. I'll tell you more later this week about what happened. Even though Shri Maharajji was very young, Kripaluji Maharaj, he was only 34 years old at that time. These most expert scholars were more than impressed with Shri Maharajji's level of knowledge. But we'll finish that story later in the week. For now, my main point was when Shrotriyam, being expert in all the scriptures, is the qualification, the first qualification to be called a guru. Think how many people are qualified to be called a guru in this world. But even that is not enough, because this mantra also says you have to be Brahmanishtham. Nisht means established in or permeated by. In this case, Brahmanishtham. Put in other words, it means you must be God realized. You have to have attained God. Or in the words of Gita, that same shlok I quoted for you yesterday, it says, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Jnaninaha, that corresponds with Shrotriyam, has to have total knowledge of all the scriptures. Then tattvadarshinaha, darshan. The saint must have seen God. That corresponds to Brahmanishtam. So if there is such an individual who has the total knowledge of all the scriptures and has seen God, that individual is qualified to be called a guru. The Bhagavatam used these words, Shabde pare chanishnatam brahmanyu pashamashrayam. Shabde and pare. So you need the theoretical knowledge and also pare. You have to have attained the supreme power, Krishna. Okay, so now we understand who is qualified to be a guru. They have to have total knowledge of the scriptures and the experience of God. Or put it this way, they understand the total theory, that's what's in the scriptures, is the philosophy, the theory. But just theory is not enough. They have to actually have experienced what is in the scriptures. Let's say somebody got a boon and they lived for 1,000,000 years. And they studied Sanskrit and all the scriptures for 1,000,000 years. They could accumulate an impressive amount of knowledge. It might seem like they've understood everything in the scriptures. But having theoretical knowledge isn't real knowledge. If you memorize a cookbook, will that satisfy your hunger? No, you have to apply what you learned in the cookbook. So if you want to bake a cake, then you look in the cookbook, okay, I understood how to do it. Now do it, bake the cake, eat the cake, now you're not hungry anymore. Just memorizing how to do it is not near to being enough. So just having a theoretical knowledge of the scriptures is not enough to be a guru. You have to also have actually experienced God. So let me briefly recap in Hindi. कल मैंने आपको बताया कि हमारा परम लक्ष्य है भगवत प्राप्ति, क्योंकि भगवान ही आनंद है और उनको प्राप्त करके ही हमको आनंद मिलेगा। लेकिन भगवान हमारे प्राकृत इंद्रिय मन बुद्धि से परे हैं, क्योंकि हमारा जो इंद्रिय मन बुद्धि हैं वो सब मायिक है, प्राकृत है, पंच महाभूत का बना है और भगवान पंच महाभूत के नहीं हैं। भगवान माया से परे हैं, वे प्राकृत नहीं हैं, वे दिव्य हैं, सच्चिदानंदमय हैं, सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप हैं। तो उनको प्राप्त करना असंभव है यदि असली गुरु का संग नहीं है। लेकिन शास्त्र वेद के द्वारा मैंने आपको समझाया कि कोई भी जीव भगवान को प्राप्त कर सकता है। अनंत जीव भगवत प्राप्त हो चुके हैं गुरु की सहायता से। तो गुरु की शरणागति से हम भगवान को प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। ऐसा वेद, गीता, भागवतम, रामायण सब बता रहे हैं। अब प्रश्न आया है कि असली गुरु कौन है? गुरु, किसी आदमी को गुरु कहने का क्या अधिकारित्व है? तो शास्त्र वेद ने बताया है कि 2 शर्त हैं। एक, वो श्रोत्रिय होना चाहिए, यानी शास्त्र वेद का पूर्ण ज्ञान होना चाहिए और भगवान को देखा हो, भगवत प्राप्त हो, जो इन दो शर्तों को पूरा करे, वो महापुरुष गुरु कहते हैं। वैसे पहले वाला बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है। भगवान को प्राप्त करो तो शास्त्र वेद का ज्ञान अपने आप हो जाता है। Let me explain one more thing. Saying that someone must be Shrotriya is actually unnecessary. Just saying they have to be God realized is enough. Because once you become God realized, you automatically get all the knowledge of Ved, Shastra, everything. Shankaracharya, Jagadguru Shankaracharya, had many disciples, and he had one young disciple who was very simple-hearted, and he was not good at studies at all. So unlike all the other disciples in the ashram, he was unable to learn anything. Like, he couldn't learn Sanskrit, couldn't study Vedas. He wasn't able to do any of that. His mind wasn't up to the task. But he had Guru Bhakti. He used to do seva to Jagadguru Shankaracharya. Every day he had certain sevas he would perform. Through this seva, his heart was being purified. And one fine day when he was down at the river washing Guruji's clothes, his heart reached the point of 100% purification, and with Shankaracharya ji's grace, he became God realized. Right there. Because the moment your heart is pure, Guruji can give God realization. His mind, senses, everything became divine that instant, and he had the divine vision of God. And he came back from the river chanting all those Veda mantras that he had never been able to learn. And all the other disciples were thinking, what happened to him? Total knowledge, instantly. There are many such stories. We need as much knowledge as we can get to help steady us on our path. So don't think that knowledge is useless to us. No, it helps us maintain our faith and avoid obstacles on the path to God. But as far as a guru goes, just saying the guru is God realized is enough. If they're God realized, it means they automatically have the total knowledge of all the scriptures. Now, the guru, to be useful to us, has to share that knowledge, right? Just if the guru stays absorbed in their divine state and never writes a book or gives a lecture or answers our questions, then they won't be able to pass that knowledge on to us. It's not enough for them just to say, oh, just do Radhe Radhe like I do. They also have to give us some knowledge so that we have some understanding. So that's why Ved and Gita and Bhagavatam, they say, both are required. The theoretical knowledge and the practical experience of God. So just like you would never go to someone who's memorized a cookbook but never baked a cake, you would never go to such a person to ask for guidance in how to bake your cake. You would go to that person who has baked many cakes in their life and say, okay, here's my problem. Can you help me bake this cake? In the same way, you would never go to someone with only theoretical knowledge of the scriptures. You have to find someone who is actually God realized. In fact, in Sanskrit, we have a few words that we use for a God-realized individual. One is Mahatma. See, we are Atma. God is Paramatma, the supreme soul of all the souls, because he inhabits each of us inside our soul. So the Atma who attains Paramatma becomes a Mahatma. We say basically almost anyone who's wearing clothes like this, you would call them a Mahatma out of respect, but it's not so. Technically speaking, the Atma who attained Paramatma, in other words, the soul who attained God, that is a Mahatma. Another word for soul is Purush. Purush doesn't mean man in every case. Sometimes it just means a personality, a living being. So the soul is also called Purush. God is also called Purush, but he is Param Purush, the supreme divine personality of God. The Purush who attains Param Purush becomes a Mahapurush. Mahapurush is a commonly used word for a saint, but it means a God-realized saint. Or put it this way, right now we are all Mayadheen. We're under the control of Maya. God is the ruler of Maya, so he's called Mayadhish. But if a Mayadheen soul attains Mayadhish Bhagwan, that soul becomes Mayatit. Atit means beyond. So we never become Mayadhish. A soul is always a soul. Jagad Vyapar Varjam, that Brahma Sutra that I was referring to, clarifies this point, that a soul is never given the work that God does of creating the universe, becoming omnipresent in the universe, sitting in the heart of every soul, noting their karma, giving them the results. God himself does this work. He doesn't give this work to any soul. So even a God-realized soul doesn't become Mayadhish, but they become Mayatit. They go beyond Maya. So the Mayatit soul is qualified to be called a guru. Okay, so we understand there are two qualifications to be called a guru. Now you'll want to know, how do we recognize such a guru? Someone who is Shrotriya and Brahmanisht, how do you recognize them? It would be really great if when someone became Shrotriya, they got like a green-colored freckle on their left cheek. And when someone became Brahmanisht, they got a purple-colored freckle on their right cheek. Then you could go around the world and try to find who has the green freckle and purple freckle. That is qualified to be a guru. But it doesn't work like that. There is no external characteristics that would give us that clue who is Shrotriya Brahmanisht. So to help us in this discovery, we're getting ahead of ourselves. If we say, okay, now let's understand how to find a guru, how to recognize a guru, we're getting ahead of ourselves. There's one more thing we have to understand first. What does the guru do for us? Once we understand what a guru does for us, then we will be able to understand the method of recognizing who is a guru and who is not a guru. So let's start with the definition of the word guru from Vedas. Grinati jnanam iti guruhu, girati ajnanam iti guruhu, gumrautiti guruhu. Gu and ru, two syllables. Gu means andhakar, darkness, ignorance, or maya. It has all those meanings. And ru means nikalane wale, the one who has the power to remove darkness, ignorance, maya. That is the Guru. So, Grinati Jnanam, the Guru gives knowledge that removes ignorance. Girati Ajnanam, removes the ignorance. Gumrauti ti Guru, and in the end, removes the bondage of Maya, removes the darkness of Maya from that soul. Nridehamadhyam sulabham sudurlabham plavam sukalpam guru karnadharam mayanukulena nabhasvateritam puman bhavabdhim nataretsa atmaha. This is a shlok from the Bhagavatam where Shri Krishna is explaining to Uddhavji the role that a guru plays and how lucky someone is to have a guru in their life. And this same shlok is actually explained by Tulsidas ji in Ramcharitmanas. Nartanu bhavaridhi kahu bero sanmukh maruta anugrah mero karanadhar sadguru dridhnava durlabh saj sulabh karipava jo na tarai bhav sagar nar samaj aspai sokrit nindak mandamati atmahan gati jai. So what are these verses saying? They're saying that this human body that we've all received is like a fit vessel, a worthy vessel, capable of crossing the ocean of Maya to get to the other side of this cosmic ocean and reach God. This is the vessel that can take us across. But just the vessel in itself is not enough. This is a sailing vessel, so we need some wind in our sails. Shri Krishna says that my grace is the wind in your sails. So you have the vessel, you have the boat, you have my grace as the wind in your sails, and if you get one more thing, you've got the complete package. A guru to steer that boat in the right direction. Karnadhar. The guru is the helmsman who guides your boat through all the difficult sections, always keeping you pointing in the right direction so that you can reach your goal. Having received all of this, both the Bhagavatam shlok and Tulsidas ji's doha tells us that having received all of that, if we fail to cross the ocean of Maya in this life, then we've spoiled a golden opportunity and we are like the killer of our own soul, because this is the chance our soul has been waiting for. So you see, Guru's role is very important. First of all, Guru has to explain to us. Now don't think because I'm sitting here explaining to you, that makes me a guru. I already told you I have very limited knowledge. I just was lucky to have a teacher, a qualified guru who gave that knowledge in a very condensed and understandable way. So I'm sharing that knowledge with you. But a true guru has to share knowledge. Now that knowledge is coming via me to you. But the true guru has a very important task. Taking all that extensive knowledge of our scriptures that would be impossible to learn in millions of lifetimes. Taking all of that knowledge, condensing it for us, and giving us what applies to us in our life in this time right now. Providing the knowledge to clarify the path, remove our doubts, answer our questions so that we have clear understanding. Oh, this is who God is. This is what I am. This is my relationship to God. This is the aim of my life. We need that theoretical knowledge to be pointed in the right direction, to know what the goal of our life is. Then Guru also has to show us the path, because it's not just about theory. Okay, I understand the theory. Now what do I do? What practice or process do I have to follow in order to attain God? Guru has to explain that to us as well. What is the path? While we are following the path, Guru's most important work is done behind the scenes, unknown by us, not told to us by the Guru, secretly, behind the scenes. On the inside, Guru is doing a very important work. The most important thing to understand. But what that is, I'm going to make you wait until tomorrow to find out. अभी मैं समझा रहा था कि हम सब समझ गए कि श्रोत्रिय और ब्रह्मनिष्ठ जो हो वही गुरु है। तो अब प्रश्न आया कि अच्छा, गुरु कहाँ मिलेगा? गुरु पहचान कैसे हम गुरु को पहचान कैसे कर सकते हैं? ये प्रश्न आया है, लेकिन इस प्रश्न का उत्तर समझने से पहले ये समझना आवश्यक है कि गुरु हमारे लिए क्या करते हैं। यदि हम ये समझ सकते हैं तभी हम समझ सकते हैं कि अच्छा, ये गुरु हैं, ये गुरु नहीं हो सकता है। हम पहचान पाएंगे गुरु को यदि हम ये समझते हैं कि गुरु क्या करता है। तो संक्षेप में मैंने समझाया कि गुरु पहले ज्ञान देते हैं, थ्योरी, हमको समझाते हैं कि भगवान कौन है, हम कौन हैं, उनसे क्या संबंध है हमारा, उनसे मिलने का क्या उपाय है, रास्ता क्या है, मार्ग क्या है, ये सब समझाते हैं, हमारे शंकाएं को निकालते हैं, प्रश्नों के उत्तर देते हैं, ये सब ज्ञान गुरु देते हैं। फिर मार्ग भी दिखाते हैं और हमको गाइड करते हैं। लेकिन एक और बहुत बड़ा काम गुरु करते हैं, बिना बताए अंदर ही हमारे हृदय में, हमारे मन में गुरु चुपचाप एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट काम करते हैं। लेकिन वो मैं कल बताऊंगा और ये भी हम आगे समझेंगे कि गुरु को पहचान कैसे कर सकेंगे। बोलिए वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की। So now we'll be chanting more of the lines of the kirtan that we started yesterday on page 132 and 133. So after the first line, we'll be going to the end of the kirtan. We had the last 3 lines to sing, the last 3 dohas from Guru Patitan So Kar Pyar. Guru Charan Kamal Balihar, Guru Par Tan Man Dhanvar, Guru Charan Dhuri Sirdhar, Guru Mahima Aparampar.
चरण कमल बलिहार, गुरु पर तन मन गुरुपति तन सो कर प्यार, हरि निर्मल जन को यार।
गुरुपति तन सो कर प्यार, हरि निर्मल जन को यार।
गुरुपति तन सो कर प्यार, हरि निर्मल जन को यार।
यह अंतर सुजन विचार, गुरु महिमा परम्पार।
यह अंतर सुजन विचार, गुरु महिमा अपरंपार।
यह अंतर सुजन विचार, गुरु महिमा परम्पार।
यह अंतर सुजन विचार, गुरु महिमा अपरंपार।
गुरु चरण कमल बलिहार, गुरु पर तन मन धनवार। गुरु चरण दूरी सिर धार, गुरु महिमा परम्पार।
गुरु चरण कमल बलिहार, गुरु पर तन मन धनवार। गुरु चरण दूरी सिर धार, गुरु महिमा अपरंपार।
यह है भव सिंधु अपार, नर देह नाव अनुहार।
यह है भव सिंधु अपार, नर देह नाव अनुहार।
यह है भव सिंधु अपार, नर देह नाव अनुहार।
यह है भव सिंधु अपार, नर देह नाव अनुहार।
नर देह
जय हो।
नाव अनुहार।
नर देह नाव अनुहार।
नर देह नाव अनुहार।
नर देह नाव अनुहार।
यह है भव सिंधु अपार, नर देह नाव अनुहार।
यह है भव सिंधु अपार, नर देह नाव अनुहार।
नाभिक
जय हो।
सद्गुरु सरकार, गुरु महिमा परम्पार। सिरधार। गुरु महिमा अपरंपार।
गुरु चरण कमल बलिहार। गुरु पर तन मन धनवार। गुरु चरण दूरी सिरधार। गुरु महिमा अपरंपार।
जो समझा दे श्रुति सार, उर भरा प्रेम रिझवार।
जो समझा दे श्रुति सार, उर भरा प्रेम रिझवार।
जो समझा दे श्रुति सार, उर भरा प्रेम रिझवार।
जो समझा दे श्रुति सार, उर भरा प्रेम रिझवार।
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 जो समझा दे श्रुति सार, उर भरा प्रेम रिझवार।
जो समझा दे श्रुति सार, उर भरा प्रेम रिझवार।
सोई है सद्गुरु सरकार। गुरु सोई कृपालु सरकार।
सोई है सद्गुरु सरकार। गुरु सोई कृपालु सरकार।
सोई है सद्गुरु सरकार। गुरु सोई कृपालु सरकार।
सोई है सद्गुरु सरकार।
सरकार की
जय।
श्रीमत सद्गुरु सरकार की
जय।
जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे।